Today marked the opening of 2 new roads and bridges that will connect the future Villiers Island to downtown Toronto and the surrounding Portlands. Part of a family of 4 iconic bridges, the Cherry Street North and Commissioner Street bridges are the latest connections to open as part of the Portlands Flood Protection Project. Let's take a look back on how these bridges came to be. Our design and engineering team, led by Intuitive with Grimshaw and Schlake Bergerman, worked across disciplines to create these iconic bridges. These designs started as hand sketches. The team incorporated feedback from the Waterfront Toronto Design Review Panel and the Portlands Flood Protection Stakeholder Advisory Committee. Then came renderings and some models. The bridges were assembled in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and then shipped to Toronto via the St. Lawrence Seaway. The journey took about a week, and the bridge had to pass through 4 sets of locks. We tracked it online so that people could follow its progress. The first bridge to arrive was the Cherry Street North Transit Bridge in November 2020. The bridge was shipped on a giant turntable so that once it was roughly in the right location in the Keating Channel, we could just rotate it and then lower it down onto its foundations. This bridge is reserved for future transit. In the meantime, it will be open to pedestrians. Not much visible work had happened on the new alignment of Cherry Street, so the bridge was the first clear indicator of where the new road would go. The Commissioner Street Bridge is the longest bridge we built, so it was shipped in 2 halves. The bridge's location is inland from any of the surrounding water bodies, so it was tugged into the shipping channel under the Strauss Trunnion Bascule Lift Bridge. Then, we loaded it onto Self-Propelled Modular Transporters, or SPMTs. These are basically giant remote-controlled roller skates. The bridge was carefully driven down a temporary road and onto its new foundation. We hadn't excavated the river here yet. It's much easier to install a bridge before there's a river under it. Shortly after the west half of the Commissioner Street Bridge arrived, the east half came. It seemed like everyone and their dog came out to watch it float into the inner harbor. Like the west half, it got loaded onto giant roller skates and driven into place. Then the 2 halves were welded together. The Cherry Street South Bridge is the one that opened first in fall 2022. It arrived in the middle of the night, and we could drive it nearly into place at the end of the Polson Slip. It was also winter and very cold while it was carefully maneuvered into position. The last bridge to get here was the Cherry Street North Vehicular Bridge. The unique challenge in installing this one is that it is nestled right next to the transit bridge. Like the transit bridge, it was delivered on a big turntable. We rotated it and then slowly scooched it into place next to the first bridge. Now that all of these bridges are open, along with new Cherry and Commissioner Streets, you can go and check them out for yourself. Download the new map and find out how you can check out these new bridges at the link in the description.